Welcome to Đồng Nai Radio and Television Station. Here come to the news today. Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính has just signed official dispatch number 1099 on strengthening social distancing and measures to prevent and control the COVID-19 pandemic. The Prime Minister telegram requested taking commutes, words and towns as the fortresses, people as soldiers in the pandemic prevention and control to call, mobilize, expand, pursue, guide and offer people not to leave their homes, stay at where you are, isolating people from people, houses from houses, commute from commutes. The Prime Minister also requests the highest support in terms of human resources, medical materials, military forces, police and all the necessary forces of the central and the local governments of Ho Chi Minh City and the provinces, Bình Dương, Đồng Nai, Long An, closely and effectively coordinate with local forces and support forces of the central and other localities, tightening discipline in the implementation of strengthening social distancing and measures to prevent and control the pandemic, ensuring the achievement of the goals of disease prevention and control set out in the Resolution number 86, dated the 6th of August 2021 by the government. Affected by the COVID-19 pandemic, bright export to Vietnamese enterprises face many difficulties. Even the price of export price has fallen to the lowest level in the past 1.5 years. The price of Vietnam's 5% broken price for export fell to $385 per ton in the trading session on the 19th of August, a sharp decrease of $83 per ton compared to the beginning of July of 2021, and the lowest level since February 2020, $390 per ton. According to the Ministry of Industry and Trade, the inability to custom fresh fry in the field had led to the steady decline in the domestic rice price in the Mekong Delta for the past several weeks. Regarding the situation of the price exports, by the end of July, Vietnam had exported nearly 3.6 million tons, worth 1,937 billion, down 10.6% in the volume and 0.6% in value compared to the same periods in 2020. Exports decreased due to the impact of the pandemic as well as the prolonged tension of the shipping charges. Long Han District Health Center has just organized a vaccination against COVID-19 second dose for 50 leading dignitaries of religious establishments in the district. Up to this point, Long Han has organized the vaccination against COVID-19 first dose for nearly 35,500 people. The second dose has been more than 3,700 people. The subjects vaccinated including frontline forces to prevent pandemics, cadres, civil servants, and employees of agencies, administrative and non-business units, retired officers, religious dignitaries, workers, and some people with underlying diseases. U.S. President Joe Biden delivered his second speech in 3 days on situation in Afghanistan. He confirmed that the process had been made in the evacuation of the country. Speaking to the reporter at the White House, President Biden affirmed that the top priority is to get American citizens out of Afghanistan as quickly as possible. He says that the U.S. continues to make progress in the operation to evacuate citizens and allies from Afghanistan, expressing hopes that the evacuation flights will end on August 31st, the deadline for the U.S. to withdraw on the troops from Afghanistan. According to the White House, the U.S. has evacuated about 25,100 people, including 8,000 in the past 20 hours. The United States activated its civilian air reserve fleet on August 22nd, allowing commercial aircraft to assist in bringing Americans and their Afghan allies and their families out of Afghanistan. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky had a meeting with the German Chancellor Angela Merkel, who is in Kiev, to discuss the Nord Stream 2 gas projects. Speaking after the meeting, President Zelensky asked for clarities on what will happen after the gas transfer agreement between Ukraine and Russia expires in 2024, arguing that discussions on the matter are still going to nowhere. Mr. Zelensky still maintains his opinion to the Nord Stream 2 projects to bring gas from Russia through Baltic Sea to Germany. Meanwhile, Chancellor Merkel called for an intention for agreement to transport gas through Ukraine. She stressed that the gas should not be used as a geopolitical weapon. The Nord Stream 2 projects were opposed by the US and some European countries because of the concerns that Europe become increasingly dependent on Russian gas and cause economic damage to traditional transit countries. First of all is Ukraine. That's all on the news today. Thanks for watching us. Have a good time. Goodbye.